The glass between us smelled of disinfectant and stale air. My wife leaned in close to the visitor's mic. Her eyes weren't the same eyes I married. Beside her sat a man I once called a friend. Her hand slid over his as if I'd ceased to exist. "We've got news for you, honey." His smile was thin, rehearsed. He pulled a photo from his jacket, slid it across the scratched metal. "My son. Bound. Terrified." The words hit harder than any cell door ever could. "Your boy dies tomorrow." For a moment, silence. Then the low hum of the prison came alive. Locks clanged, doors sealed. The fluorescent lights dimmed one row at a time. The warden stood behind them. His eyes met mine. A single nod. Lockdown. They didn't know this place wasn't theirs. It was mine. My unit ran it long before the Bureau claimed it. Every guard, every corridor, every shadow belonged to us. The game had already shifted. They just hadn't realized they'd stepped into my war zone. I should have broken down, screamed, begged. Instead, I studied her face. The woman who once whispered loyalty into my ear now glowed beside the man who had ruined me. Her betrayal wasn't sudden. It had been growing, patient, and deliberate. I replayed the moments I ignored. The late-night calls she silenced. The sudden absences explained with half-truths. The way she looked at me during trial. Empty, like the verdict was something she'd already memorized. He set me up. She let him. Together, they fed me to this place. What twisted the knife deeper wasn't the cell or the sentence. It was knowing my son had been reduced to a pawn in their game. But pawns can be moved, sacrificed, and sometimes used to topple kings. I played the part of the caged man, quiet, docile, defeated. Inside, every second became a calculation. I memorized their rhythm, when they visited, what they said, what they didn't say. The boyfriend loved to taunt me, a wolf savoring a kill he thought permanent. She laughed sometimes, though her eyes flinched when mine locked onto hers. I reached out through channels they could never see. Guards who owed me, inmates who still carried debts from wars that never made the news. Pieces shifted, evidence surfaced, phone records traced back to her, financial transfers linking his hands to blood money, documents forged with her signature. I didn't raise my voice, didn't confront. I built a case in silence, stone by stone. Because truth doesn't need a weapon. Truth is the weapon. The folder sat heavy in my lap. Pages that stripped every illusion bare. DNA confirmed it. My son was mine. Their lie had been meant to break me, to turn love into ash. When they returned, I didn't speak at first. I slid the folder across the table, the way he once slid that photograph. He laughed, she frowned. Then they opened it. Her face drained, lips parting in disbelief. His smirk collapsed into silence. "You framed me," I said, my tone flat, controlled. "But you made one mistake." I leaned in. "You underestimated the man you buried." The warden entered. Guards closed in behind them, not around me, but around them. The boyfriend stood, but two rifles pinned him to the chair. My wife, no, my betrayer, gripped the folder with trembling hands. "This can't be," she whispered. But it was. Every detail signed, sealed, undeniable. I didn't shout. I didn't gloat. I simply watched as the weight of their choices crushed them. "You'll never touch him again," I said. "My son will never know the taste of your poison." Her tears came then, loud, frantic, desperate. He cursed, thrashed, spat my name like a curse. I stayed calm, detached, because their destruction wasn't an explosion. It was a slow drowning, and I was the tide. When the cell doors closed behind them, I walked back into the yard. The air smelled of rust, smoke, and inevitability. I should have felt rage, triumph, even sorrow. Instead, I felt nothing. They thought prison broke me. They thought betrayal hollowed me. But betrayal doesn't hollow. It hardens. It clarifies. It strips away illusion until only the truth remains. And the truth was simple. I was framed, caged, betrayed. Yet I was still standing. They were the ones who couldn't breathe anymore. And my final thought as the lights dimmed was cold, clean, and absolute. They locked me in to bury me. But all they did was lock themselves in with me.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.